live. Woo! Okay, Chambers of the Paranormal is now live. Bear with us as we set up the show.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Share.
Okay, why don't I hear music?
That's a good question.
Yes. Okay, I'm not hearing music. Okay, I guess we'll go right to the Mars then. Maybe. I picked a startup song. Hang on, give me... According to this, it is playing, but I cannot hear it.
Okay, that's really bizarre.
Yeah, because I should be able to hear it. Why don't I hear it?
I don't know. So bear with us because we're setting up the show on blogtalkradio.com, but you can join us in the chat room there as well to make comments.
Yeah, because we could hear everything else. Why am I not hearing this?
Do I need to share this to your page as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, share. And bear with us. La 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 la. Share on a friend's timeline. Paul. Post. That's really bizarre that we can't hear that.
Yeah, that is really weird. Why can't I hear that?
Ouch.
It should be playing. Okay, we're going to just stop that intro at this point.
Let's see if we can hear the Mars play.
Yep. This is just weird.
Technical difficulties. You just played Metallica.
A+.
You're right.
What was that?
That
That was not Metallica.
You are listening to programming on the Mystical Awakenings Network. This show is for entertainment purposes only. The hosts of this show are not medical professionals, lawyers, or counselors. Following any advice from anyone on this show, including our guests, is at your own risk, and the host, guests, or Mystical Awakenings LLC will not be held responsible.
Here we go. Second live show and already having technical difficulties. I uploaded a new song, so when we played it on, when we played it on Facebook Live, we wouldn't get hit with them muting it because I didn't realize that playing a song at the beginning that was copyrighted would be muted, which is fine because all we were doing is we didn't think you could hear us anyway, and we were just chit-chatting.
Yeah.
But
the funny thing is that you selected a song that is copyright free. It's free to use in videos and everything like that.
Right from YouTube.
Yes. And it wasn't playing. We're sitting here going, why can't we hear anything? And then he clicked on the funnier thing is Metallica Unforgiven is in for the Blog Talk Radio Q songs. And whatever started playing was not Metallica in any shape or form.
No.
So that was funny.
Yeah, so hello and welcome to Chambers of the Paranormal on Sunday nights. I'm your host, Paul.
Radio Network on blogtalkradio.com.
Hi, I'm Paul. This is Mist.
Okay, so maybe you let me have a little bit too much sugar before the show.
Could be. You've been into...
I had gummy bears in my bowl. There's Nerds and there's...
jelly beans.
Jelly beans. The special good yummy jelly beans.
Yes, and the gummy bears are gone. Oh, what a surprise.
There's only like 6 in there. Come on, give me a break.
So hopefully we got some people listening. Last week was our first live broadcast.
And oh my God, was Paul ecstatic. Because 100 people watched the video.
150. 105 as of today.
Okay, 105 as of today.
And like to announce that I started a YouTube page, which I said I was going to. It's been up for a week, but I didn't have any videos.
A YouTube?
A YouTube page.
Sounded like you said a YouTube page.
No. And it is Chambers of the Paranormal. You can just type that in under search, and we, for some reason, are the second one down, even though it's the only one named Chambers of the Paranormal.
Chambers of the Paranormal!
So you don't have to, if we get too many posts on here, you don't have to dig through the videos there. You can just go to that, and videos will be up there.
Yes.
Which, like we mentioned, because it was muted for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I edited out the first. Actually, it was 3 minutes and 40 seconds, 41 seconds. So I cut out the first 3 minutes and 41 seconds of us sitting there being goofy and no sound.
Yes. And we would also like to introduce our special guest on tonight's show, Smudge the Face Kitten. Smudge! She's being a cat.
She's being a typical cat like she is.
We spent a couple of days rearranging the basement and everything. And with the new position of the couch, I think she's really happy because it's the third time I've caught her in that spot. Just snuggling down.
Yes, she likes it. And if you are watching, feel free, make a comment, join in, click on it. Comments, questions, anything, welcome. Or join us on blogtalkradio.com. Chambers of the Paranormal. There's links on the Chambers of the Paranormal page, my page, Miss page.
Mystical Awakenings Radio Network Facebook page.
Yes, so it's everywhere.
All over the place.
No, I'm not trying to promote the show at all, am I?
Mystical Awakenings.
Okay, this is weird again because we've got the live feed up on our one computer that we're broadcasting from, and Mista's got it up on hers.
My laptop.
Her laptop, and it's a little confusing for me because it's moving once again 4 seconds behind us.
Ouch. And I keep hitting my head on the mic. My bad.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So I picked an easy subject for us to talk about, time travel.
Are you sure it's an easy subject?
It's an easy subject for us to talk about. I didn't say it's an easy subject. And of course, everybody who's Doctor Who fans.
Gallifrey Falls, no more. And he wanted to be really, really geeky. Yeah, he put his TARDIS mug and bow tie up behind us. And there are 2 different sonic screwdrivers in there, which he was trying to prop up all up beside it and everything. And I'm like, and how long do you think that's going to last?
Before
Smudge the Face.
Yep.
Showed up.
Okay, this is interesting. It says you're the only one in the room, but
nope, we have another listener.
Oh no, they just dropped.
Oh,
maybe they'll be back. All right, but time travel. I picked this one because it's one of my favorite subjects.
No, it's not one of your favorite subjects.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
One of my favorite subjects.
One of your favorite subjects. So why is it one of your favorite subjects?
Well, let's see. I think I've mentioned numerous times on the show before that, I have a recollection of Star Trek when I was like 3.5, 4 years old.
Us 4 years old.
Yeah. I don't remember what episode it was, what have you, but so it was probably an originally aired episode because that would be, right around 1968.
He's not admitting his age.
Yeah. So then when I got older, my first I watched those, but what really got me into it was watching The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, the original movie of it.
Yeah.
And I got fascinated with the fact. And then with the remake of it, it even kind of rekindled the fire because when they talked about, oh crap, what's the word? When you can't change it because it causes a...
Sorry, my brain was just on Morlocks.
No, not Morlocks, but...
It's a fixed point in time.
Right, it's a fixed point in time, but it's also called...
Grandfather effect.
What?
Grandfather.
No. Give me a second. Not helping.
Why is that not helping? It's
paradox.
Yes.
Paradox. Right. And in the second movie, spoiler alert, what they did is he goes back he creates a time machine to save his girlfriend who was killed.
Yes.
And at the end of the movie, you find out he couldn't save his girlfriend because he never would have created the time machine to save his girlfriend.
Exactly.
Because there was never, a reason to create the time machine.
Yeah.
So it was a paradox, fixed point in time, which is something, believe it or not, I was originally introduced to many years ago on Doctor Who. And it just kind of sparked my interest in it even again. All these different things in science fiction shows, which scientists are trying to prove time travel is possible.
Or impossible, but I think it is possible. I think it actually already exists right now.
Yes, I do. Welcome to our listener on the phone lines. Sorry, both of us coughing. But with the fixed points in time, it means there's something you can't change.
Yes.
And you start thinking, well, sure you can. You can go back and you can kill Hitler and then World War II wouldn't happen. But then if you did that, the first and foremost thing that would happen is after World War II, all the servicemen came back, started having babies, and all these children were born. Well, that wouldn't have happened. So basically, you can't go back and kill Hitler. That is basically a fixed point in time, in my opinion. That's just an opinion. That's not a fact. That's just my opinion. Because the population, how do you know the person who would create something farther in the future that is a fixed point in time wouldn't be born then?
Quite possibly.
Yeah. See, I love the fact of paradoxes.
Because that person might not have, their parents might not have met because of the war or
lack of the war.
So therefore they were never born, therefore they could not create X.
Right. So yeah, see? I'm kind of smart at this stuff.
Yeah?
Just kind of. Not 100%.
Well, I always like to say, so many of us have grown up hearing all these rumors and everything about time travel, science fiction movies and TV shows and novels. And, I'm trying to get my thing to move here.
Wow, you have something on that in your computer already?
Yes. I've got so much research going on right now because of all the different things that I'm working on. So I've done some stuff on time recently. And, right now I'm in the middle of researching the nine that keeps popping up in mythology and history.
Which are, can we say the 9 gods?
Yeah, either the 9 gods or the 9 realms of the world tree for the Asgard. Or, all that, how the 9 keeps showing up on that. But, we all think of Albert Einstein, the theory of relativity.
Yes. I'm paying attention.
He's just giving me this look.
It wasn't a look. I was watching. I was looking at you intently to hear what you had to say.
But one of my favorite quotes by Einstein is actually that time is an illusion.
Yeah, because man created time.
Yes. Man created time. And I know people argue about, well, time passes. Things grow. And yes, it is a, way to look at things, that in some ways time does exist. But time is relative to where you are at. If you are on the surface of Earth and you're at the top of the Empire State Building, time is measured differently. the further you get up from the center of gravity, the face of the Earth. And science has actually proven that fact, that a clock traveling in an airplane actually has a different time on it than a clock on the ground.
Right. I did know that.
I hope you did, considering you read yesterday or the day before.
Right, but I knew that before that.
Okay, good. And a lot of people think with the paranormal that time doesn't matter, or that time travel isn't part of it. But it is. We have hauntings that are called residual hauntings. And that's a form of time travel, in my opinion.
I was thinking about that before the show tonight. I was going to bring that up. Crap, you beat me to it. Now I got to think of something else to say.
But the reason why I say that it's a form of time travel is because a residual haunting is a fixed point in time that replays again and again and again and again, like a broken record. And I have a lot of different theories as to why that is. Some people say that residual hauntings are, an imprint on the location because of a massive emotional event. Be it bad or good. We've run into residual hauntings that are actually, of a good, happy nature, along with the ones that aren't so great, like murders and stuff. But I also have to wonder if it's not that emotional that's torn that slight window to be able to see into that past time.
That is a good possibility. I mean, I've told you before, all right, anybody who's read the bio knows I'm a medium, and I've also have had...
You're a medium?
That's the size shirt I'm wearing. I've had things in the past where I have literally experienced, as I call it, I don't know if they're time shifts or dimensional shifts temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's when, like we've been at the, oh crap, up in Petoskey.
Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison is when I've seen the people dancing in there and heard them. Is that a time slip? Like you said, it's the residual haunting, because it is. It's a over and over and over thing. Is it me just seeing it or hearing it, or somebody else? I've told you before that I have literally driven down the road before and literally had the entire landscape around me change. Buildings have disappeared. The only thing that stays is basically the road in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else in the distance and pretty much off to the sides is no longer what is there, or what should be there, I should say. So it could be either a dimensional shift or a time shift. I have seen things that I've only seen one thing that I've told you about that has scared the crap out of me as a child, and I don't scare easy, never even then. And that one I'm still waiting to happen. That one I hope I never see happen.
I hope so too, because that's pretty.
Yeah. So, but otherwise, I mean, I've experienced it other places, not just driving, just looking somewhere, and then all of a sudden, it's just, sometimes it's a half a second, sometimes it's, up to a minute that, like I said, once again, landscape changes. And when I mean landscape, I'm not just talking about trees and hills and buildings. I'm talking about rooms, as simple as furniture being rearranged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the? Oh, okay, back. And then it would be something previous, or something that all of a sudden I'd come home and it's been moved, a day, a week, a month, a year later. And I'm like, this isn't deja vu, because this is something that I had already remembered. And it's not like, oh God, it's happened. This happened before. I remember this. This is something like, wow, I remember having this thought 6 months ago.
Yeah. And, the whole thing with, time being an illusion, there's so many other things around this that are illusions as well, which is a whole nother subject topic to get onto. But, it's so easy. We always say that the power of our mind can do great and amazing things. And I think that's part of it as well, is, especially with the residual, that emotional, punch, and it just kind of does something. And the power of the mind, the power of the soul and spirit, I think can transcend time and can show these things like that. And then we have intelligent hauntings as well with the paranormal studies. And with an intelligent haunting, I had to tell him I dropped a jelly because that's what I was making faces at. With an intelligent haunting, you and the spirit, the entity, whatever it is you're communicating with, can communicate back with you logically. Like if you ask the question, "What is your name?" and they say back, "It's Philip Morrison." I don't know why that just came to mind.
I don't know either, but it did.
You have that solid communication back and forth. It's intelligent. The one thing that I have, and I love that a lot of paranormal investigators are now saying, don't ask them if they're dead. That's not actually, if they know they're dead, that's not very nice. Because what if they're not? You're speaking to them from their time. You're in your time. You're in 1986, and you're talking to somebody who says it's 1887. And okay, what if you're actually talking to that person in 1887 while you're in 1986? It's possible.
It's very possible. We've talked on the show before that we do a lot of stuff with the time stream experiments with our group. Appet, plug.
Michigan Area Paranormal Investigative Team.com.
But we've done a lot of experiments with the time stream. And one of the things we've done is we've literally used the Echo Box, and we've used other things and other equipment. And we've literally gotten your name back. We've heard your voice. Yep. We've heard them say my name. We've heard them say Beth's name very distinctly, Deb's name more than once. But we have literally heard your voice come through there.
Yes.
And the thing is Daniel is the one who usually does all the questions.
Quite often, I don't necessarily talk because a couple of the devices we use actually will echo, reverberate the sounds and voices that it hears. So it's very possible to get something back of my voice that might, form a sentence somehow, which is part of what the Echo Box does, is spirit can use those sounds to create words to send back to us to communicate. But like you said, on instances where I hadn't said a word, my voice has come through.
Right, and the good thing is we've actually videoed those sessions at the same time, a lot of them.
Yes.
So there's proof that you didn't speak.
Yeah.
And, you'll get both a man's and a woman's voice, and they're always pretty similar, on the especially on the Echo Box. I'm sure that has to do with the programming. But when you get a different voice that does not even correspond closely to those.
Yeah, that's when you have to stand up and take notice.
Right.
And with Time Stream, we're communicating with another dimension, another realm that actually is helping to bridge the gap of the spiritual world to understand. A lot of people believe that it's another planet in a different dimension that we all go to when we pass from this life. And, there is stations there of people who work to help with that communication. And when we heard my voice come off of that Echo Box, at first we asked who were we talking to, and the response was, in my voice, the operator.
Right. Wasn't missed. Wasn't
mystery.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, and the other one we get is what's the other? Not with your voice, but technician.
Yeah, technician.
Right. But that was the first time we heard operator come out of that.
Operator. And when we asked who's the operator, some smart ass on the other end of the line answers.
Missed.
Ree.
Yes. Her full name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, once again, was not one of the two most common voices we get back out of that.
No.
So, that to me is showing the time travel is a possibility.
Yeah, it is.
And we were literally, we were talking to possibly ourselves.
Yes. And, time travel being, so predominant right now with the science fiction dominance of mainstream media, you also have to look back at other experiments and everything. Like, there are people who have said that they've actually time traveled. Some gentleman went to, what was the name of that ship? I'm going to totally forget the name of that ship.
Oh, crap.
It was an experiment, and they went there.
The Philadelphia experiment.
Yes. And they were suddenly in a future time. And then one of them went even further into a future time. And they're explaining all these things that were different and done and everything. And you kind of sit there and look at these stories from these gentlemen. And it was before we had social media, before we had these cell phones and everything. And hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Welcome.
But he was explaining that they healed by metaphysics. And then later that they communicated and did everything via the internet. So, it's kind of amazing. And I have to think, I think time travel is possible, and you don't necessarily have to have a time machine to do it.
No, you don't. And I don't know if Mr. Miley is still in there or not.
Well,
if you are, Tim, tell us if you can hear us.
But let's see.
I lost. Oh, there's my keyboard.
Oh.
Don't mind me, people.
Yeah. And with that whole thing, you also get, the invention of a time machine. It's possible, to travel backwards or forward in time. I kind of have, understand, the past time. But, I think it's amazing, and I think it is very, very, very possible. Like I said, to not only travel eventually with a machine, which, hey, maybe the governments have a machine out there that, they actually have that works. But I think, like I said, it's also, that we can do it ourselves. We can travel time ourselves. One of my favorite movies.
Somewhere in Time.
I knew he was going to know what it was. That's somebody traveling through time in the body.
Right. We've talked about this before. Just to elaborate on that, you've talked about it, we've talked about it, that during meditation, past life regression, those are forms of time travel, because in past life regression, if you're lucky enough, you go back and see your other past lives. And the greatest thing is when the one time I did it with you and some other people at at the time it was called something else, but Mystical Awakenings Books and More by Deb. Most people, when they went and had their previous lives, they were not, I was princess, I was this, I was that. I was a farmer, I was, I worked in a saloon, or, I was a peasant girl, or I was a lady in this, but it wasn't, I was the Queen of England, I was Cleopatra.
Nefertiti.
Right, Nefertiti, which was, so to me, that is more of a proof of a time travel, because it wasn't just a suggestion of who you may have been.
Yes. And to just stop the subject right there, Beth, I know you love it. You should try it. And it does not mean that you need to get out of your PJs and put on makeup, because this is not makeup. This is just whatever. I'm at least wearing nice clothes. Last week I was wearing a scarf because I spilled food on myself right before the show when I was cooking.
Yeah, and hey, let's plug Tim's show real quick over here.
Tim Miley has his show coming up at 8 o'clock our time.
8 o'clock our time.
Fox Cities Paranormal on
No,
Paranormal
9
Radio.
o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock our time, isn't it?
I don't know. Tim will correct us. But it's called Fox Cities Paranormal on paramaniaradio.com. And he's got a guest tonight. I just totally forgot the name of his guest. But, tune in and watch and listen. Yeah. Tune in and listen to his show. He's a great guy. Has some great stuff he's got going on. Photographs for Pooch is coming up at Ashmore Estates, which is a great event. So look up Tim Miley and Photographs for Poochits and go to the event. It's for a great cause. All the proceeds to the event actually go to a local animal shelter. 9 p.m. our time.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's what I thought, because he used to be 8 p.m. because, see, I always wanted to get Tim on the show, but it was like, oh, God, there's no way, because our show was on from 8 to 9. His show started right at 9 o'clock. There was no way. But now that we're going to have an hour between the shows, just saying, Tim, one of these days.
Yes. But then we have to figure out the whole get his picture live feed in there.
Oh, I'll talk to Adam about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You talk to Adam about that one. That's...
Also, we'll get to it, but Beth Ann Gilmer, who's also in the room.
Sacred Journeys Radio on Mystical Awakenings Radio Network on blogtalkradio.com on Tuesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay, got that out of the way.
And there's the cat again.
Yes,
the cat.
Yeah, for those of you who missed the beginning of the show. All right, Tim, I will get a hold of you on a date on that one, because I want to definitely do it before your next autographs, though.
Yeah, before the Ashmore.
Yeah, we definitely want to promote that for it. It's a great cause.
Yes.
And for those of you who are going to watch this later and missed last week's, there's the cat that we keep talking about in the background.
Smudge. Which like I said earlier in the show, we rearranged, which it was my giddiness to have the doll station in the background.
Yes, just in case our friend Chris watches.
Ever.
Ever.
Just, and the one that's gray with the white eyes right now that I've been working on is just kind of like staring this way, beetly. Yeah. All
right, what I need you to do is I need you to move your head to your left. And right. Is this the one with the teddy bear?
Yes.
This one right here, Beth.
I sent her a picture the other day.
But that is the one from Massachusetts, or from the East Coast. And the little girl loves it here, just saying. Yeah,
that's why I said that she's the one that I brought on the show last week. She was a gift from Beth and Barry from, like you said, the East Coast. And she came with a little girl spirit. And I was like, I know that she says she's fine if I do something with her, but, I'm just really, really happy to have her. She has her own little chair. She gets to hang out with the other dolls, and she's got her own little nice dress now because the outfit she came in was kind of funky. And I even gave her a little teddy bear.
Yep, and she loved where she, when Misty had her out the other day and I went to put her away, I had to wait for Misty to come down. I said, I'm getting told that she wants to sit here. Is that where you had her at? And she's like, well, yeah, that's where I had her at, because I don't remember which doll is in which spot, because they get moved around as she's working on them.
Yeah.
And she says, yes, that's where I had her, so that's where she needs to stay. And then she asked me yesterday, does she like the teddy bear? And I didn't get an answer till earlier today.
So, because it's like, I want to make sure she's happy.
She is.
Good. But, what's the picture? Are you talking about the picture on the wall back there behind us? That is a painting that my mother was given when she was at Wayne State University that one of her friends did of a gentleman named Fred. So, that's,
And no, Fred didn't come with it.
No, it didn't come with it. But it's one of my mom's paintings, and we like to have it up at the house. So,
yeah. Okay, we squirreled.
Like, that's not going to happen
know.
with me. Come on.
All right. Does Tim know Chris?
I think, yes. Yeah. Tim was on the Chris and Wayne show.
Okay. So I know Tim wasn't at it, but down at the not Mid-Michigan, but down at the Toledo Yacht Club.
Midwest Parafest.
Right. So I'm talking to Chris because we just got these microphones and I got a soundboard and all this because, I love doing this. And
Jelly bean.
And, I'm talking to Chris about how to do some stuff. And because, I found out he used to be in the radio business or work for radio stations. I'm like, yeah, okay, this guy to talk to. And he tells me to script this, which I used to do. So I looked up at him and I went, have you met Mist? And his wonderful wife starts laughing. And he looks up and goes, yeah, you're right.
Well, so maybe I have a little bit of ADHD, but you know what? When do I ever, even if I get off subject or I cattywampus jump around your notes, page 1, page 6, page 7, page 2, page 4, page 3, back to page 1.
Mr. OCD has issues with that, so I stopped scripting.
Yeah, so of course then we could say I get distracted because my hands are waving down on the other screen now. So, but I always get back on subject.
Yes, we were talking about time travel.
Yes,
is it a possibility or not?
I think it is. Let's have the people who are listening to the show, Beth, Tim, Patty, Patty.
I didn't see anybody else join, but just doesn't mean that they're not watching it, though.
Oh, good friend Dustin as well. Do you guys believe time travel is possible? Be it with a machine or with you, yourself, and I. I don't know, but I sure like to do it.
Yep. Like I said, I know I've had it happen inadvertently. Like I said, has it been time travel? Has it been sliding? Not using or use that term from the movie Sliders, but well before the TV show Sliders. But before that, read a book years before that dealt with that. It was a short story that this younger person accidentally started sliding sideways through, alternate universes, and eventually came to a point where he stopped and it was nothing recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
So not sure if I have slid sideways one way or the other and back. There's been times, though, I have literally been in a situation and then be it time has been changed in the past because I was a part of it unknowingly, that things have literally been different when I've gotten home somewhere. Or gotten back somewhere.
Did you change something?
Did I or did somebody else? And I was just slid or something that had happened.
Well, and that's also that goes with being, not only the paradoxing, but also something that I believe is tied in with time travel, which is the Mandela effect.
Yes. It took me a second to remember that one.
and then we do have another yes, and then I got a message on my phone saying yes, they fully believe that time travel is possible within the human being as well.
Can you say who that was from?
No, I can't.
Okay. Just.
And I have this little jelly bean in my hand that I get to take after I explain what the Mandela effect is.
Oh, these got words on them.
Yeah, it says Starburst.
Mine says Starburst. So they're Starburst flavored jelly beans.
They're Starburst. Because we're not sponsored, we don't want to be muted.
Even though jelly bellies are my favorite.
Yeah. Get off the window. I can see you back there. But anyways, the Mandela effect is, okay, Mr. Geek, what is the line? Luke, I am your father.
No, that's not the line.
What's the line?
I can't remember now the actual line.
But what it is people remember, Luke, I am your father. And whatever the line actually is, I was expecting him to be able to remember it.
Yeah, crap, I forgot. And I didn't bring my phone down to look it up.
Another example is Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Or was it Magic Mirror on the Wall? Who's the fairest of them all? Now, some people remember it both ways, but if you go back and watch the show, it's the one, not the one that everybody remembers it as being.
Right.
Those are two examples of the Mandela effect, where something has changed, and some people remember it, some people don't. Some people were affected by that ripple effect. Some people were not, and we don't understand the reasoning why. That there are some who remember it and some who don't.
Yeah, and for X-Files fans, literally there was an episode from this season that they dealt with that throughout the entire episode. That there was a Twilight Zone titled such and such. I can't remember the title of it. But the funny thing is I remembered that episode on Twilight Zone. It comes to the end of it, and Agent Mulder goes through a crap load of VHS tapes until he finds that title of that episode from a different show. Mm-hmm. Because there was the Outer Limits.
And it was Outer Limits.
No, it wasn't Outer Limits. It was an extremely obscure one that I've actually seen as a child. And I could have told when they described the episode, and when I saw that right at the beginning of it, I told her, I said, I remember that episode of Twilight Zone, and da-da-da-da-da. You know, I knew the story behind it. And I remember it being Twilight Zone, and it wasn't.
No. It was
Which
not.
really freaked me out because I did have to look it up after, and it wasn't.
Yes. But, you know, those are examples of, you know, the time stream being changed, the timeline. Which, you know, if a great man like Albert Einstein tells you that time is an illusion, you really have to stop and think about that. You know, because what do? We live in a society that lives by the clock now.
Yeah, when mine goes off at 3:20 in the morning.
To go to work, to make money, to be able to pay bills and have a house and have food on our tables. You know, our lives revolve around this time clock. That, you know, in all reality is just an illusion.
Yeah, it is. I mean, here, let's quote Doctor Who again.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey?
Yeah, it's not a straight line.
No.
It can fold back in on itself.
And that whole thing with, you know, even that, it can fold back in on itself. Oh, that was really loud noise from upstairs.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too loud on the air.
But a lot of people think with past life regressions that if they do it, they're going to go back to their last life. And the last life before that. And it's going to be time sequential, backwards. It's going to be, okay, let's say you were born in 1962. And you think, okay, your past life was 1845. And the life before that you think is going to be, you know, let's say 1756. And then before that, 1442. But that's not the truth. Your past lives jump around. Your past life before the life you're living right now could have been 1280. The one before that, 1936. You're, in this life, born 19...
A little closer.
Sorry.
Not that much closer, but it's just a little hard for me to hear you.
Yeah. But, you know, your current life was born in 1946. But your past life was also born in 1932. You know, there are people who have past lives that actually overlap with their current life or overlap together in a past life somewhere. So with that, even time is not
relative. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I thought the theory of relativity proved that. No, that was the speed of light.
Yeah, speed of light.
The faster you go, the slower time moves.
Yes.
Which is an example of when you talked about the watch on the plane.
Yeah. Which, and, you know, can I? We've got like 15 minutes left of the show.
Can you what?
Can I talk about it?
I was going to let you make that call. I didn't want to bring it up.
The Earth was made in 7 days. Who the hell 7 days?
Okay, that isn't what I thought you were going to say, but yes, you can say that.
You thought I was going to do the blue star. Oh!
No, I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, okay, fine. But let's look at it. And let me bring the numbers up real quick, just so I have it exact. And I just hit my head on the thing again.
Yeah, she likes to hit the microphone.
Okay, so oops, I went too far. A day on Earth is actually 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. That's why we have leap year. But if you are on Jupiter, where the hell? It's Jupiter's day is 9 hours and 56 minutes by our clocks. So it's pretty much 2.5 times faster than us. And as different planets have different lengths of time that it takes them to go around and have a day.
Right, so like you said, their day is 9 hours in X amount of minutes. So that means in 365 of their days, they would celebrate a birthday, going off of, whatever their rotation is around the sun. So that's how they would conceive their time for a birthday, which for us, it would be 2.5 times less than that. So if they were 100 years old, they would actually only be 30-something years old in our time.
Yes. Now, the science has found planets out there that the time for it to go around one revolution for a day is so much more different. And it's their axis, it's where they're at, their, magnetic, all that sciencey stuff. But, so the Earth was created in 7 days. Whose 7 days? Time. Whatever.
Right. I remember being told as a child that this was the number I was given. When I mean a child, I mean 10 or under. That God created the earth in 7 days, or in 6 days. On the seventh day, he rested.
Seventh day, he rested. Yeah.
A day in God's time was 10,000 years.
Okay.
And I was brought up by the Catholic religion until I was 4 and dropped out of catechism. So I'm guessing it was somewhere between 4 and 5 years old. I was told that stuff. So I don't remember who told me, but I distinctly remember being given that number. So
was it one of your little friends?
No, it wasn't Paul, which was my friend.
Was it the other friend?
No.
Was it the other friend?
No, it wasn't either two of those.
Well, how about the other one?
Him or her? No, it wasn't either him or her. Okay, the one I thought you were talking about, my friend that I had when I was a little child, who I found out never existed, and he was an imaginary friend that was extremely real. That was like the little girl who lives here and now in the house. No record of his name anywhere, and that. So
yeah. So
or going to our school. Huh?
Who squirreled?
Me.
Yeah. We just wanted it on record.
Oh, look, we still got 11 minutes. Cool.
But anyways, you were told that one day in God's time was 10,000 years.
Right. And I honestly cannot remember who it was, if it was an adult or
a spirit.
A spirit.
But, and that's the whole thing, is time is yes, much. Time is an illusion.
Yeah, we warned everybody that we'd be having cats on these live broadcasts.
And these new mics really pick them up. But that's the whole thing, is that the creators, however, one day is not what so many people think of it as being.
No, because the Earth is 4.3 billion years old. We talked about that before, that it's really not.
4.543 billion years old.
God, I was off by 0.2. That's off by 200 million years.
Well, 200 million years is a long amount of space there.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't going to say time. I corrected myself from saying
According
time.
to our clock. We talked about this before on the origins of man, but we're not going to get into that subject.
No.
Lost my train of thought. Sorry. But time travel. We know they've done experiments with them. We know that I have personally experienced it. You experienced it in a past life regression.
I did.
I thought you said you did.
Yes, I did.
Not going to ask for details. I have seen shows on TV where they're showing documents that are supposedly been released, about them doing time travel experiments.
Mm-hmm.
Numerous books have been written on the subject, and it's got to be a possibility.
It is. I don't think it's a possibility. I think it happens.
Right. One of my theories also is that a lot of the aliens we see are not aliens. They're just future versions of humanity.
Humanity. Well, not ourselves.
Well, how do you know? I might live forever.
You might live forever. And yes, we did lose time at the world's largest ghost hunt during Barry's experiment.
Yes, I forgot about that.
There's so many things rattling up in the head. We forget about stuff, and then a cat walks through and cries and whatever.
And thank you, Beth, for reminding us.
Yes. That's,
Yes, seconds do matter, even if you lose seconds.
Yes. What was I going to say?
I don't know. I give up.
Fudge nuggets.
I don't think you were going to say fudge nuggets.
No, I wasn't going to say fudge nuggets. But, that's one of the reasons why we talk about time travel tonight, is the possibilities and the belief and all the different ways. Because when people think about time travel, they think about the time machine, sitting in a machine, sitting in a capsule, hitting that nozzle and saying, I went 50 years forward.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. You can time travel with yourself to another time. Back, forward,
all right.
sideways.
Besides
Sideways is something different.
In my little promo, because I know you never read the things I post. You just like them and share them for this show.
Now read something.
I said maybe personal experiences, which I have shared. Besides in the past life regression, have you ever experienced a time shift, any kind of disorientation with time?
Yes. Several times. And saying which ones were which, I can say that, when I was younger, definitely there was an experience with time shifts, and I got to really remember to sit closer to the mic.
Yeah, when you can't hear yourself as well, it means I can't.
I know. It doesn't help. I can scoot back on the couch, and the mic only goes so far because I moved the table around, and I'm avoiding talking about it.
I know. I should move the clips over here next time.
Yeah. But, yes, I can say yes to that. And, when I was younger, definitely having one of those experiments where, I walked through something and it was completely different. And then when I walked back, it all went back to how it was supposed to be. And there's some other instances which I'm not 100% sure wasn't a time shift or not.
Right. So, see, I'm not the only one who's had that happen.
No, you aren't.
So, we're two of a kind?
Yep.
Two of a kind working on a full house?
Oh, Jesus.
I had to do it, sorry.
No.
Hey, did you just see what popped up on there?
No.
Yeah, I'll pop it back up here. I feel honored. Seriously, I'm not being a smart ass.
Tim Shaw likes your video. Yay! We love Tim Shaw.
Yeah.
Even if
cool. Yeah, now I got to edit this out. I don't know. Yeah, because that's actually profanity. Now I got to find that spot and edit it out before I upload it to YouTube.
It's like the last 6 minutes. That gives you a nice little break.
Yeah,
there.
that gives me a spot to look for.
And then you can watch the video, and right before I laugh hysterically.
Yeah,
but he's the only person I've ever had mention that on my show. And
didn't.
Hey, it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, wasn't it also involving the Jolly Green Giant?
Oh my God! But the man is hilarious, and we definitely have to work on getting him here on the show. But my God, we were down to the last 5 minutes of tonight's episode of Chambers of the Paranormal. You're never gonna let me have that much sugar before the show again, are you?
Yeah, I will. You know that I love you too much.
The problem is I don't get to do my usual sleep cycle tomorrow. I have to get up with him so I can travel downstate. Yeah,
but it's for a cause.
It is for a good reason. So,
yeah, it's a very good reason.
Even if I have to get up at the crack of dawn.
No, it's before the crack of dawn.
I'll still be driving at the crack of dawn.
Yes.
But hey, so maybe I did this because okay. Barry claims Beth can bend time because she can leave for somewhere late and get there early, and I don't drive fast. No, you drive kind of crazy, and it kind of scares me sometimes. And hi, Kelly. Welcome to the show, even if you are 56 minutes late.
That's okay.
We love her anyways. And she gets to see the little kitten walking around behind us. And oh my God, now the other one's down here.
Yeah.
Lord save us, time to end the show. But don't forget to tune in to listen to all the other great shows we have on the Mystical Awakenings Radio Network on blogtalkradio.com.
Yes, I see her underneath the equipment. Back up.
On Sunday nights, it's Chambers of the Paranormal, hosted by Paul Chamberlain and co-hosted by the crazy one on the Rush right now. On Tuesday nights, it's Sacred Journeys Radio, hosted by Beth and Barry Gilmer. Wednesday nights, it's the flagship show of Mystical Awakenings Radio, hosted by Deb Johnson DeRoos and RJ DeRoos Johnson. Yeah. Yay, I got the names right. And then on Thursday nights, it's Paranormal X, the X-Files, the Journey 30 Unknown, hosted by me, myself, and I, because there's sometimes 3 of me, I swear, and co-hosted by Daniel Mackin. And then on Saturday nights, did you just give her a metal bottle cap?
Yeah, but she won't play with it.
No, God. Yes,
got her away from the. She got away from the soundboard. Okay.
Okay. Saturday nights, it's Veil of the Moon, hosted by Moonstone Wolf and Cryptor. And coming soon, Paranormal Pop, hosted by Brian Danhausen and XC Suzanne Smith.
Also, just let Kelly know, since we still have a couple minutes here, is I also started a YouTube channel, and they will be up there also.
Yes.
It's just YouTube and search Chambers of the Paranormal.
Yeah. Now the simple one's going for it. She's going to eat it.
No, she left it alone. Okay, they don't like the metal bottle caps. Off of my root beer.
Yes, off of his cider.
Yeah. Off of my apple cider. Crisp apple cider.
But, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening and, putting up with us, because it's a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah, so like I said, we appreciate everybody who joined in tonight. This is like last week, we had 4 or 5 people pop into the show during the show. Ended up with 105 views of it, which just geeked me to no end. So like I said, look up
90 seconds.
I know you all heard that.
Because I'm pretty sure they could hear it through my headphones, because I think my ears are bleeding.
So when we say we're getting told in our ears, we're not lying.
We just got yelled at. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in and listening to us tonight. We will see you next week with a very, very special subject just for you.
You already picked something out.
Maybe.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to keep people from hearing that, but I have got to do a little more investigation on the wiring on this.
Mm-hmm. That, and figure out how to get it so it's not like blaring my eardrums up
You
here.
saw me turn the volume down on that numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, once again,
Come on, Jellybean.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you watching, appreciate you listening. We had fun. Hope you did. If you didn't learn anything, just let us know if you have a subject you want to pick, you want to hear about. Just put it on the Chambers of Paranormal page, or if you're friends with me on Facebook, hit me up with it on a private message. You can email at chambersoftheparanormal.
10 seconds.
At chambersoftheparanormal.com. So, okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Everybody.
Bye.
You gotta get that. Oh, yeah. 3 things to do.